say the word yes and then give her a treat. Now, Coco can never learn English. She's not going to come to my world, and so I have to come to hers. You know, some people have dogs that aren't super excited about food, and what I'm going to suggest is, rather than feed them a meal during the day, you play this game with them with the food that you would have fed them for dinner. That way they're still getting fed and you're getting some training in at the same time. That's giving me his attention. It's a simple game, right? Good girl. Hi, place. Yes, wait. And today, this is a simple one, but it's really important. Today we're going to focus on the word yes as the marker word when we're training our dogs. Now, Coco can never learn English. She's not going to come to my world, and so I have to come to hers. And the best way I can do that is when she does a behavior that I like, I want to say the word yes and then give her a treat. It's pretty simple and it's super effective, but there's some things that we do that we shouldn't when we're marking this. One of them is overshadowing or moving our arms too fast. So I want to try to practice and show you what happens. Coco, place, yes. As soon as her feet touch the place, I said yes, and then I'm going to mark it with food. Try it again. Coco, place, yes. And now I'm going to mark it with the food. One more time. Coco, place, yes. And now I'm going to give it some food. You know, marker training and the word yes have to be reinforced all the time. Yes needs to become a promise that she believes when I say it. Right now I said it twice. I think I owe her 2 treats. That when I say it, I am going to give her a treat. You know, some people have dogs that aren't super excited about food, and what I'm going to suggest is, rather than feed them a meal during the day, you play this game with them with the food that you would have fed them for dinner. That way they're still getting fed and you're getting some training in at the same time. Simply set some little places up for the dog to move around and work on yes with. Coco, yes. Coco, yes. Once more. Coco, place, yes. Good girl. It's real simple, but we need to do it 100, 125 times to make sure that they get it. That's where we start. Then we take yes, and we move yes into placing them into certain positions and rewarding them for that because they did what we asked them to do. I want you to set up a little spot to practice this in, maybe 2 spots to practice this in. You don't have to put anything down. If you're on carpet, that's fine. But you're going to want to have some of your dry food. And if your dog's not super motivated by your dry food, just get something a little higher value. This is that 99-cent budding stuff that you don't want to eat because it's got so much sodium in it. But just for a little bit of training, we're going to use this as a higher value treat to begin with to make sure that we're getting the point across. And when we do this exercise, it's important that we try to keep our hands still. Our dogs are much more attuned to motion than they are to words. So our dogs would much rather learn hand commands than voice commands, but I would rather you learn voice commands because frequently you're not going to have your hands on your dog or they're going to be a little farther away. So when we start this game, come on over. Come over here. I know it's a little bit interesting. Yes. Wrigley. Wrigley. Yes. Wrigley. Wrigley. Yes. What I'm asking Wrigley to do is look into my eyes. Wrigley, yes. And when Wrigley looks and so watch real closely when I say, when Wrigley turns his or her head towards me and makes eye contact, I say the word yes, and then I reward. He. Wrigley, Wrigley, yes. That was a good one. Come over here. Wrigley, yes. Wrigley, yes. So if you have to redirect, go ahead and redirect. Wrigley, Wrigley, yes. That's giving me his attention. It's a simple game, right? You do this 25, 30 times. In fact, rather than feed breakfast and dinner if you have kibble, play this game with breakfast and dinner. All we're trying to do is train Wrigley to believe that when I say, Wrigley, yes, and you give me your attention, I'm going to give you a reward. And the marker for that reward is the word yes. It's really important that we work on and say that word.